Hey guys, what's going on? Matt here, back again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about 3 disappointing NBA players so far from an investment standpoint. So even though these guys are on my list of disappointing NBA players, it doesn't mean that they're not contributing to their team in a positive way. If anything, it just means that they're not living up to the expectations that we've probably unfairly placed on them in the preseason. The first player that we're going to speak about today is DeAndre Ayden from the Phoenix Suns. So DeAndre Ayden actually got a lot of hype in the preseason because of the CP3 trade to the Phoenix Suns. So the reason Chris Paul impacted DeAndre Ayden's prices so much is because people looked at Chris Paul's previous teams and saw that whenever he had a big role guy, they always seem to benefit from Chris Paul. So examples being DeAndre Jordan, Clint Capella, and Tyson Chandler. But when we're looking at this season now for DeAndre Ayden, his points are actually down from 18 points per game to 15 points per game. So another stat I like to look at in regards to investments is usage rate. So that's actually the percentage of plays that a player is involved with their team. So with DeAndre Ayden, he's actually down 6%, which is actually about a quarter down to where he was last season. So with that decreased usage rate, we can see that's because of someone who is a bit more ball dominant like Chris Paul. You've also got to spread the ball to players like Devin Booker, and we've also got Mikal Bridges as well, who's actually playing a great role this year and actually improved his game a little bit as well. So pre-trade, DeAndre Ayden's Prism PSA 10 was at $133. It actually got up to $215 around the middle of October after the Chris Paul trade. Right now, it's currently back at $150. So that's just a little bit above pre-trade news. Although his cards are down a little bit, I still think it's a little bit of upside because the Suns look pretty good and I think they're going to be featured in the playoffs. So if there's a lot of attention on DeAndre Ayden, I think his cards will get a bit of a price boost. The second player we're going to speak about today is Devonte Graham from the Charlotte Hornets. So Devonte Graham was another one who had a lot of preseason hype. A lot of it had to do with LaMelo Ball being drafted to the Hornets, so a lot of attention again being placed on the Hornets. People were also excited to see Devonte play this season because last season, he was in contention for most improved player thanks to his boost in his scoring. When we look at the preseason hype, it's easy to see that we underestimated the importance of adding Gordon Hayward to the team. And also, I don't think anyone would have saw Terry Rozier jumping to a 20-point per game scorer. With the addition of Gordon Hayward and the emergence of Terry Rozier, Devonte's usage rate has also gone down 6%, so that means he's seeing less of the ball. Not to blame just the team itself, but Devonte Graham's scoring has actually dropped from 18 points per game to 12. It doesn't also help that he's averaging 29% field goal percentage, which is really bad. I'm not hopeful on Devonte Graham personally. I just think, especially when we look at last season where he averaged 18 points a game, he also only averaged 38% from the field, which is very below average. So he's a massive sell for me right now. When we look at his Prism PSA 10, at the start of the season, it was going for about $150. Right now, it's going for about $80 to $85, and I don't think it's going to really come back up. I don't really have too much faith in Devonte. The third and last player that we're going to speak about today is Ben Simmons from the Philadelphia 76ers. So this one hurts me a lot, just because he was probably my favorite investment of the offseason. I had a lot of hype personally around Ben Simmons because, especially because of the addition of Doc Rivers as a coach. Doc Rivers has always utilized a heavy pick and roll. And that's evident with his teams in Boston, where he had Rajon Rondo, as well as the Clippers, where he had Chris Paul. So far this season, I wouldn't say his game's improved or gotten worse, but that's actually the more disappointing thing, that we're not seeing any progression from Ben himself. When looking at his stats, nothing has really changed too much. If anything, his turnover rate has gone up a little bit. His points per game have gone down a little bit as well, and his usage rate has gone down a little bit. Whilst we look at all the flashy stats, defensively, Ben is still very good, and he's actually one of the best defenders in the league. But from an investment standpoint, people aren't attracted to defensive players too much. I'm still very bullish on Ben Simmons. I just want to see a little bit more aggression from him and eventually become that 20-point per game scorer. Those are my 3 disappointing players so far in the NBA from an investment perspective. Let me know what you guys think about those players down below. Also, let me know if you guys think there are any players that I might have missed in my list. As always, give us a like and hit the subscribe button if you guys haven't subscribed already. And I'll see you guys in the future videos. Take care.